KTRS.
It's going to be a close election. Pay no attention to the polls. Don't get complacent, because we've got to turn people out.
Never been anything like this. Let's not blow it, folks. November 8th. Get out sooner if you can.
7:52, Big 550 KTRS. He's with ABC News. He's Matt Dowd, and he's one of our favorites. Good morning, Matt Dowd.
Great to be here. Always great.
So Donald Trump is, I guess, spending a couple of days in Florida. I found it interesting, though, that he's traveling the state of Florida basically by himself and never mentioning Marco Rubio. So this really is a one-man band trying to win the presidency for the party.
Yeah, and he doesn't. That's so true. And he doesn't really have many surrogates that go out like Hillary Clinton does. Hillary Clinton has Joe Biden and Michelle Obama and Barack Obama, the President of the United States. And so it is Donald Trump seemingly against the whole Clinton operation and, in some ways, against part of the Republican Party.
So it also seems like the Republican Party is also turning its guns on itself, right? Donald Trump is going after Paul Ryan and some of the other establishment, and even said last night that if he had the backing of the party, he would have won this completely.
Well, I think that's doubtful, and I think he won the primaries by going against the party and going against the establishment, and I think that anybody that looks at this race it's Donald Trump's responsibility of why he's in the place he's in. His conduct of his campaign, what he said, what he's done over the course of the last 6 months has only been detrimental to him in this race, which is why Hillary Clinton right now has roughly a 6 or 7 point lead.
Do you see anything in these emails from the Clinton campaign or from Russia? They're embarrassing, but is there any smoking gun that is of real concern to the campaign?
No, I don't think there's any smoking gun. I think they're problematic, and you're right, they are embarrassing. And they're problematic, I think, for her to have a sense of governance that people trust in the aftermath of the election. I think that's what's more problematic for them is, will people trust her if she's elected as president with everything that's been said or done in this? But, it smells, but it's not lethal.
The early voting in lots of states, both sides trying to play the spin game. Matt Dowd, you're a world-class political operative. What are you seeing from some of these early voting states?
Well, about 10 million people have already voted as of this morning, so it's a huge number already. And when you look at it across state to state, that on average, it's the Democrats right now that are turning out more than the Republicans. I think so. The first few days of this, in the first 10 million, advantage Hillary Clinton. You look at places like North Carolina, you look at places like Florida, you look at places like Arizona. All of those places are an advantage to Hillary Clinton and her turnout operation.
I think, Matt Dowd, and you can tell this to George Stephanopoulos and all the boys in the corner office, the story of this election is here in Missouri with Roy Blunt. Trump's going to win this state by a nice, healthy margin, but the Republican senator is having a devil of a time trying to get reelected.
Absolutely, and I wouldn't be surprised if Donald Trump carries the state and it's called early and the Senate race goes down to the wire and the Democrat wins. I have to say the ad that the Democrat did on the blindfolded putting the gun together was probably, in my view, the best ad of anybody across the country has done in the cycle. The best ad, I think, by far in this. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Democrats take the United States Senate back. They take it back because the Democrat in Missouri wins.
How is that possible where Trump will carry the state and Roy Blunt loses the Senate reelection bid?
Well, I think what's an interesting development is the top of the ticket has completely separated itself now. I mean, you could have places in Florida where Hillary Clinton wins Florida and Marco Rubio wins re-election, the Republican wins re-election. So I think people are looking at the presidential race very differently, and there's not a party wave building. And so I think you're going to have circumstances where a lot of people split their ticket in states that Hillary carries and in states that Donald Trump carry. And so I think we're going to be in for an interesting ride on election night once we get past the presidential race.
So you're going to have Republicans pull the lever for Trump and then pull the lever for Jason Kander, and Democrats pull the Trump for Trump and Roy Blunt, or 6 1/2 dozen. I mean, it's a
No, you're going to have a bunch of split ticket votes in Missouri. You're going to have a large number of split ticket votes in Missouri.
Yeah. Matt Dowd, always a pleasure. You're welcome here. Have a good day. We'll talk to you next week.
Take care, man. Thanks.
7:56, Big 550, KTRS.